Yeah, thanks. That's very nice of you to say that. You should see some of the emails and comments that I get. Anyway, okay, so let's move on to the NewsWatch and get that out of the road for a starter. So here's the NewsWatch for this week. Eusebio, you're up.
Yeah, okay, so let's go on. So on Sunday, we have nothing special except for the yen, the preliminary GDP quarter-over-quarter major higher time frames.
Oops. Okay. Sorry, I've just got to move this. Okay. Sorry. Say that again because my recording was slightly off screen and I had to shift it. Yep.
The yen preliminary GDP quarter-over-quarter major higher time frames.
I've got it. Okay. Yep. Next one.
Yeah. Then on Monday, I will monitor the Aussie monetary policy meeting minutes and monitor the 30-year bond auction for the yen.
Okay.
So no important news on Monday. On Tuesday, monitor the 30-year bond auction when it will be released, of course. Then I will monitor the US dollar housing starts, because this is usually a good indicator to observe when an economy is restarting.
Hey, Roger.
Then we have the Kiwi GDP price index, major higher time frames, but it must be scheduled.
Yep.
And then we have the yen trade balance, major higher time frames.
Okay. I'll scroll down a bit.
And that's it for Tuesday. On Wednesday, I will monitor the pound CPI year over year and the core CPI year over year.
Where am I? Oh, I didn't. Oops, the clowns are here already.
So just monitor. Then we have the euro current account major higher time frames.
Yep.
Then we have, I will monitor the OPEC meetings.
Okay.
Then monitor the Euro-German 30-year bond auction. Then we have the CAD CPI month-over-month major higher time frames, the CAD core CPI month-over-month major higher time frames, and the CAD wholesale sales month-over-month major. And then crude oil inventories for the US dollar and the FOMC meeting minutes, so to monitor.
Okay. So scroll down to Thursday.
Yeah. So not a lot of important news this week.
Yeah.
So we will have the Swiss trade balance major higher time frames. Then I will monitor the ECB monetary policy meeting accounts.
Okay.
We have the Philly Fed manufacturing index major.
Okay.
I will still monitor the US dollar unemployment claims. Monitor the US dollar natural gas storage.
Yep.
Then we have Baudry speaking.
And from this point onwards, I kind of gave up trying to figure out majors and monitors. Yep. Okay.
So
virtual
panel discussion. So let's forget. Then we will have the pound GFK consumer confidence to monitor. And that's it for Thursday. And on Friday,
payday.
Okay, Friday we have the pound. Let's see, not a lot of important news. We have the CAD core retail sales month-over-month major, and the CAD retail sales month-over-month major too. And then I will monitor the US dollar flash manufacturing PMI and flash services PMI. And that's it.
Okay, interesting. Cool. So the reason that we've gone through this news here is so that when you're trading, you know when the major news items are coming out so that you can avoid them. What happens if there's a surprise when the news comes out? It can cause spikes in both directions, and that can impact your account money, not just your profits, but your account. So what we recommend is that you don't place any trades 1 hour prior, and you get out of the trades within half an hour of the news coming out. Now, for people trading smaller time frames, anything that's marked major is what that applies to, and anything with a H4 on it is for the higher time frames, like excuse me, H4 time frames and above, like the dailies. So if it's just major, like these ones down here, then the H4 time frame doesn't really count. Anything, so that's in general. The monitors, you just watch to see what comes out of it and factor that into future information. This takes a while to build up, but what have we got? Okay, when the news comes out, we've got different levels of currencies. So the three main currencies, the US, the Euro, and the Yen, if there's any major news coming out or H4 news coming out on those ones, then it doesn't matter what pair you're in, presume that the news is going to impact whatever currency pair that you're trading. So even if you're in the Aussie Kiwi, don't know why, that could still get impacted by any surprise news coming out on the major currencies. For the smaller currencies like the CAD, the Swiss, the Kiwi, and the Aussie, the news coming out on those generally only impacts on that particular currency. And for the Kiwi, it's the Kiwi and the Aussie are kind of tied together. So anything coming out on those ones, and you're in some other currency, you don't need to worry too much about the news. Just be aware of it, and maybe tighten your stop, or just be aware that there could be some sort of shake-up. The pound kind of straddles between them, so it's going to depend on what the pound has been doing in the past, recently, and how it's impacted lately. You're going to have to do your homework on that one. So when the news comes out on the pound, if it's a surprise, it might impact a lot of pairs. It might not impact anything apart from the pound news. So sorry, can't be more specific than that. And there is one more thing. Having said that, I have seen news coming out on the Kiwi, which is the smallest of all the pairs, least important, and it has still made the pound dollar do a jump when there was a surprise coming out on the Kiwi. So even though I say all this, it's not always perfect, and you can still get impact from other currencies. A surprise is when Sabio, do you want to talk?
No. No.
Okay, so let's find a major. So Swiss trade balance, where is that? That was on the Thursday. Let's try and scroll down. Okay, the trade balance here is, and I'll scroll back up here. Here we've got what's forecast, and here's what's actual. So when the news comes out, it gets blasted down here. The forecast for the Swiss is 302 billion. It was 3.22 billion. So if it comes out, and if you click on here, you can get some idea on what it's supposed to be. It says where the difference, blah, blah, blah. If actual is greater than forecast, it's good for the currency. So if the actual comes out at, say, 3.10, that's good. It'll show up as green, like it has here. But if there's about a excuse me, a 20% variation between this number and what actually comes out, we regard that as a surprise for the numbers, and that can impact the market and cause trades, cause that actual currency to get weaker or stronger as a result. Most times it does, but yep, it could cause a very long movement on the market eventually once it gets moving. For little things like up here, we've got the final core. This is not marked, but for anything that's got a percentage, if the percentage difference is 0.2% or more, then that's similar to a 20% variation in a number, and you can regard that as a surprise as well. So, okay, so if it comes out at 1.5%, that's a surprise, and it could cause things to jiggle around. So that's why we don't. I've got some screenshots. I'm not going to show them, but it can cause massive spikes in the market. Non-farm payroll is one that used to cause big spikes. These days you hardly notice it. But people used to sit around waiting for the non-farm payroll to come out because it would affect, even though it was on one currency, excuse me, it would affect all other currencies, and you could kind of mark the charts by that time. You can talk now, Eusebio. I'm kind of dying here.
No, that's good. You are good.
No, okay. I said that just so I could get some coughs with the mic off. Okay, so I think we're done on that. I'll show you where the information goes in a minute, but the next thing we've got here is the top 10 pairs. So I've done the calcs. These are the top 10 for the past week. The ranges have been pretty stable so far, so these are the highest for the past weeks, sorry. And Eusebio, I've selected down to about here, 6 USD.
That's okay, that's good, yeah.
Okay, so when you're trading, a lot of people say, what pair do I pick? And what we've done is arrange these by the dollar range, the daily dollars. So some of the pips are worth more than other pips. So, and it's the money that you're after. You're not trying to make pips here necessarily. So we want the pairs that make the most money. Recently, when we had the big surprises coming out, these ranges back here, when it all crashed, did widen to about 3 times what they are now, which is still 2 or 3 times less than what they were 3 years ago. So we're trading in a very tight range these days. But when they widened out here, this top 10 pair were quite violent and was quite hard to trade because they would just jump all over the show. So we started pulling in smaller pairs that don't have quite the same amount of money to be made from their movements every day, but they're smaller and are easier to trade, less stressful. So we've now got two areas of pairs that you can trade. These ones have been reasonable lately, so I've been saying I'd drop the other smooth movers maybe, but they're kind of hanging in there. So the ranges have been quite good, so you get a wide range of pairs to actually trade. Okay, and what Eusebio is going to do now is a magic trick where he picks from the top 10 pairs that we've got here and matches them up with the news for that day, so that for a particular day, rather than watching 10 pairs, you can chop it down to initially 3 or 4 to start with, and if those aren't moving, then have a look at another couple of pairs there as well. And this is doing silly things again on me. Sorry, excuse me, I'm going to have to do this. Did this last week. I can't see the top of the Excel. Okay, too bad. I'll just have to try something like this. Take the bold off and change the color. Okay, sorry, yeah, Excel is doing strange things, or maybe it's because of the recording. Anyway, Eusebio, over to you. So on Sunday, what we do, sorry, I'm still raving, we pick out the major pairs for a particular day, and a trading day runs from 5 p.m. the previous day to 5 p.m. that particular day. So anything after 5 p.m. is counted in the next day. So for Monday, we have Sunday, which is the yen.
The yen, okay.
And nothing else on Monday up to 5 p.m.
Okay, so this will give us the pound yen or the euro yen. Pound yen or euro yen.
Here we go. Yes.
Then the pound kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay.
And then the pound US dollar.
Okay. And so for Tuesday, we have nothing left over from Monday in this area. And on Tuesday, we've got the Kiwi.
So the Kiwi, okay.
And that's it. And because the Kiwi, we don't know when it's coming out, it could be US afternoon or US evening. We'll include this twice. So just the Kiwi, you see.
So this will give us the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Yep.
Then the pound US dollar.
Okay.
Then the euro US dollar or the pound CAD. Euro US dollar or pound CAD.
Okay. And so for Wednesday, we have leftovers from Tuesday. We've got the Kiwi.
So the Kiwi, so Kiwi, okay.
And the yen.
The yen, okay.
The euro.
The euro, so euro here and here and here and here, okay.
And the CAD. That's the last one.
And the CAD, so CAD and CAD. Okay, so this will give us the euro yen or the euro CAD. Euro yen or euro CAD.
Okay.
Then the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Yep.
And then the pound US dollar or the euro Kiwi.
Really mixed up this bit.
Pound US dollar or euro Kiwi. Yeah. Pound US dollar, Chris.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Pound US dollar and euro Kiwi.
Thanks. Okay, and so for Thursday we have leftovers from Wednesday, which is the CAD.
The CAD, so CAD
no,
here.
No, sorry. I take that back. There's nothing.
Okay.
Nothing over. Yeah, that's a bit enthusiastic. So we've got the Swiss.
The Swiss, so here, okay.
And the US dollar. That's it.
The US dollar. So we don't have a lot of choice. So we will have the pound US dollar or the euro US dollar. Pound US dollar or euro US dollar.
Yep.
Then the pound Swiss.
Ooh, okay.
And then the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Can you hear it going blop on your side? No,
Sorry, Chris?
That's right. I was just wondering if the bleeps and blops were coming from the spreadsheet, were coming through the transmission. That's okay. Don't worry. Okay, so for Thursday, Friday, we've got nothing left over from Thursday, and we've got the CAD. That's it.
Okay, that's it. So we will have the pound CAD or the euro CAD. Pound CAD or euro CAD.
Yep.
Then we will have the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Yep.
And then the pound US dollar.
Okay. Okay, so those are the pairs to pick on a daily basis if you want to use them. So these ones up here that have got number 1 on the side are the ones to sort of go for initially. You just pick these 3 or these 4, so it reduces the number of pairs that you need to watch. And don't jump around, just pick them, keep them on your chart, and don't look at other pairs because what happens is it decreases your consistency people will start jumping from one pair to another, and while they're watching one, something else will take off, and then they'll jump to that one, and they'll just lose out on stuff. If none of these ones are working, then this is another selection you can do. And if you don't like any of those, then like I said, we've got the smooth movers. If these ones are being too volatile or too fast or spiky or hard to trade, then these ones don't move as much, don't produce as much money, but they can be less stressful. So if you're starting out, maybe go for these. They're slower, they will take a bit more time, but you'll be able to think about things a bit better. Okay, that's the main reason. And what else have we got? I think that's it. Okay, so what happens is I'll put these up on the website eventually once the session is over, and you'll be able to pull them up here. Not here. Yep. So Eusebio, I meant to ask you, this is the NewsWatch page, if anybody hasn't seen it yet.
Yeah, but no new events, Chris.
Okay.
Nothing new, nothing to change.
Okay. So we've got long-term items just to be aware of, to keep an eye on. And then we've got the NewsWatch. So I'll get that spreadsheet and put it down here so that every day you can come around and check it out. And then down at the bottom here, we've got the top 10 pairs. We've got the daily ones. And right at the very bottom, we've got that list of smooth movers if you want to have a go. And also some people trade the indices, and these are the nice indices to be trading. And if you've forgotten everything that I've said, it's just a reminder down here of how to do these things, how to use it. So let me pull this up here and save this. Okay, I think it's saved, so I'm good. If anybody has any questions or sees that we've made a mistake, let us know, because things do sneak through. Okay, Robert, does your personal selections change if you're trading higher time frames? I don't do it that much, but no. As a group, we tried to do higher time frames just before, when was it? 2018, 2019, and we're doing them regularly every day. When the markets were super flat going into Brexit, it was really hard work, but we just used the same top 10 pairs for that period. Mind you that higher time frames, you can sit on a trade for months, so if it's working nicely. Oh, and that's a really good point, Craig. I'd forgotten all about that. I'll add that. It is slower trading the higher time frames, but you can monitor more pairs. So if you're trading, say, the H4, the dailies, you can, instead of just monitoring 3 or 4 pairs, you can monitor all 28 pairs. You've got the time to analyze the whole lot and work on them. Okay, so thanks for your question. It was really good. How long would an average trade be? Oh, ages. We'll go through that shortly. So yeah, it could be months. Like
yeah, I remember a trade in the daily time frame with the euro US dollar, and that trade lasted 1.5 years. In fact, yeah.
Oh, okay, and I used to trade 20-second charts. I'd just burn myself out trying to trade something like that, you say, yeah. Constantly watching. Okay, so
it may be a few days, it may be many months. So
yeah, because it'll take a day or two to actually get into a daily time frame trade, and then it, like if you've watched some of the 5-minute charts, I know you're in Primer, but they could be, say, 2 or 3 hours long. So there's 36 bars to start with. So there's 36 days. That's about 20 days in a month. So you're looking at 2 months already just for a regular trade on those. Yeah, Robert. Well, just make sure you got a stop in there. Okay. So keep coming up with these questions. Thank you. That was good one. So before we go anywhere, I just want to show you how to do a backup really, really, really quickly, because your platform is your like I was saying, your business, where you do your business. And if that goes away, then you've got to restart and load all your charts and get all your templates and all your profiles, all these things loaded up again. You've got to get all your templates loaded, and then you have to come over and find all your indicators that you need and sort them all out on the charts so that you're ready to trade. So the backups are really important. And the ways to do that is you go File, Open Data Folder, and that opens up your, essentially your work area. Where has that gone? Just put it across. And you'll opens up File Explorer, or whatever you want to call it. And all you do is this: you highlight the template folder, the profiles, and the MQL4. So there's your templates, the profiles apply to this and whatever comes up on the chart. MQL4 has got all your experts, indicators, scripts in it, and you don't need to do anything else. You right click. Maybe if you got special sounds, there's a sound folder, you can highlight that one as well. But then if you not using RAR or 7-zip or something, you can just go to send to compressed zip folder, and this will compress all of these files for you. It will compress all those files for you. Where is it? Where's the button gone? Did I press the button? Send to... Oh, why is it not doing? Okay. I don't know why. Hang on, one more shot. I'm doing some major copying in the background here, and that could be causing issues. If this doesn't work for the final time, man. That's honest. That's all you need to do. I've got WinRAR on here, so I'm going to tell it to go and add it to the archive and give it a name. So I'm going to call it MT4 Scrolling Party Backup, and the date, what is it in America, 15th August 2020, and it runs through and copies them all, zips them all up. Okay, I'm going to break this. Yeah, okay, let's presume that it went through okay and did it all. Okay. It's because I've don't know why. Yes, I do know why. I've got stuff running in the background as well. So the TPLs are the templates. It probably won't take you this long because these are sort of session machines. There's a whole pile of indicators and profiles and templates in here. You don't back up the history. You just get a new load of it. So if your platform has died for some reason, or it's screwing up somehow, and mine does quite often, I lose the toolbars up here, or it won't show the buttons down here, or the status bar disappears. Those are little things. I just reload MetaTrader, and then I find this file, like so, pull it over, and you just drag and drop, highlight all of those, and drag and drop them back onto your MetaTrader data folder, and just overwrite everything. So I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to cancel out of that. But you just drag and drop them back in here over the top of everything, and that will place everything back into the same place. It will say, do you want to overwrite the folders and the files? And you just say, yes, to overwrite everything. Otherwise you miss out stuff. You won't destroy anything, and you will have either a new MetaTrader set up, or you'll have your workshop back where it was. The charts might be slightly not in the same place where you left them last time, but at least you'll still have your charts there. The indicators and stuff will still be in place, and you can do this like if you want to duplicate your MetaTrader platform and have 2 copies running, or take it off site somewhere, do exactly the same thing. Just download a new copy of MetaTrader, copy your backup over the top of the open file data folder setup, and you're away to go. You're ready to go. If you're using something like Max Trade Monitor or some other money management software that had to be installed, you will have to reinstall that. But all the regular Max templates and charts will just start working straight away. Yeah, Robert, but generally you're okay with this. Yeah, sometimes you have to, but with this you shouldn't have too many long file names that would cause issues, but they do. Okay, the other thing to do once you've done this, I'll get rid of this. I'll get rid of this. Where's that gone? Okay, that's gone. You can then grab your you can get this file that you've done the backup to and mail it to yourself. So that would store it in Google, and so there in Gmail you've got a backup of your whole system. Or if you want a bit more security rather than there, you can do something like open up one of these. These are free file hosting sites, and have more than one because sometimes they'll just disappear for no reason. And when you do, if I open up MediaFire, you get 10 gigs free, so it's more than enough. If I log in, and I'll log in here, and just go dismiss. What you can do is really simple. You just drag and drop these like so, and up it goes, and it's stored there forever, well, until you delete it or forget the password, or the site disappears. But MediaFire has been around for over 10 years now. Mega's been around for over six, and there's a whole pile of other ones that you can use. But like I said, you could just use Gmail as well if you wanted. Okay, any questions? If there's none, we'll move on to something else. But it's very simple. So one more time, you just highlight these ones: templates, profiles, and MQL4, and maybe sounds if necessary. Don't do history because that'll be really big. The other ones are likely to, those are the only ones that you need to get your duplicate or back up your machine. Okay. So questions are just thundering and I can't keep up with them, so I'll move on to something else. Higher time frame trading with the Max. Eusebio's done a higher time frame mini course video on this. Do you want to explain what's in it, Eusebio? Because I can't remember it anymore.